Do texture packs really improve FPS? Well, kind of. The can texture packs boost FPS debate has been debunked and brought back to life more times than I can count. And to this day, nobody knows what is myth and what is fact. So today I want to debunk every single aspect of this debate and leave you with a perfect understanding of what texture packs can and can't do. Now to help me out, I asked my viewers whether they think texture packs can improve FPS or not in a poll. And while the results of the poll are worth a conversation by themselves, it's the comment section that made me realize this topic is pure gold. So let's start with a simple and easy one. Less pixels equals less lag. It's an attitude a lot of people still have, surprisingly, but I don't blame them, especially when you start off playing Minecraft. The logic kind of makes sense, but it's completely false. Block textures and item textures don't affect your FPS in any positive way. However, as some comments noted, texture packs definitely can make your FPS worse, a lot worse. We all know 32x texture packs, 64x, 512x packs are very bad because they're really high resolution. Even on a high-end device, you can easily lose 100 frames by literally just changing the texture size of one item, in this case the sword. Now if you've heard all of this and you still don't believe me, then stick around to the end for a more detailed explanation on why you might feel like your pack improves FPS. In the meantime, I'm calling this myth busted. But now let's look at an interesting comment I got a surprising amount of times that may just have some truth to it. Texture packs can improve FPS if you remove particles. And there's a lot of evidence to support this. Removing particles or portion particles or even the particles that appear when you walk can have a positive effect on the performance of your game. But here's where the wording becomes extremely important. As one comment explained really well, removing particles can only reduce FPS drops. Because particles are rare and only affect your game negatively when there's a lot of them, texture packs that remove particles will only help you when you're in a situation that has a ton of particles. It won't boost or dramatically improve your game's performance. What it can do is prevent short FPS dips that might happen every now and then. For example, if somebody throws a bunch of potions at you and you start lagging, or the game ends and there's a bunch of celebration particles and your game just So I think it's fair enough to say that this is indeed a fact, although not a very impressive one. Speaking of impressive though, I got a lot of comments suggesting my packs boost FPS, and while my packs certainly don't boost FPS, I have tried to remove unnecessary textures that could remove a frame or two. And here's sort of where we get into the territory of small things that could kind of help you out. One change I've implemented in my texture pack is making the clouds file completely blank. This will automatically remove clouds from your game if you haven't already turned them off in your settings, which you totally should do, by the way. So while there are some things that I change in my packs, the real explanation for why you may think my packs give a lot of FPS is probably just due to you restarting or opening your game for the first time to add a pack of mine. Another real explanation is that your brain could trick you into thinking that a low resolution pack is better than default. I know that's the case because that's how I got into pack making. I was somebody that believed that minimalistic textures meant you could get a couple of extra frames. It's what held me back from making 16x packs for the longest time. I was stuck in this bubble of thinking that my laptop could only handle 8x8 packs. Whenever I did use a 16x pack or something higher res, I would always be hyper aware of my FPS and instantly blame the pack for when my performance wasn't that great. Which brings me to what exactly can improve your FPS if texture packs don't really make a massive difference. Well, for one, you can turn off all the big lag settings. Render distance, smooth lighting, fancy leaves, fancy graphics, beautiful skies, all those have a negative effect on your FPS. But the reality of the matter is that Bedrock is already a pretty optimized version of Minecraft. So if you're experiencing a lot of troubles, it's probably because Minecraft shouldn't even be able to run on your device in the first place, and it's a miracle that it does. So while the conclusion that you can't do much about your FPS because it's based on device isn't a very satisfying one, it's one that you kind of just have to swallow and live with. Now, I don't want to end on a negative note here, so I hope that if you used a 1x1 texture pack or something similar before watching this video, you will now walk away from it wanting to try a pack you've always wanted to. Know that a 16x pack that you thought would kill your FPS, it won't. The FPS drops you're imagining might be due to you not closing all your tabs, or maybe because the sky is really HD and is killing your FPS. Don't use a pack you never wanted to use just because somebody told you it will improve your FPS. use whatever you want and whatever will give you the best time while playing. There's another texture pack related video on screen if you want to watch more. Subscribe, like, comment, all that jazz if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.